Hello and welcome back to another casual night chit chat show. Whew. Okay, today, all right. Let's see. We did our housekeeping for the day. Game dev. What else? What else am I missing? Hmm. Okay. First thing first. Like I said, if it's a slow night for tonight, we're gonna go straight for game dev. And I do I have? Okay, I'm thinking of a topic, but is the topic ready-ish? I thought I had one, but I was letting it like simmer a little bit. Okay. Yes. Yes. I actually want to do one very, I won't say announcement per se, but it is kind of a soft announcement. Let's start off with this first. Okay. Let's start off brawlers. So first thing first, not saying news, but we have at least an update from brawlers. Now it's available on iOS and Android, so you can play. So that's one, and I would say it is better than nothing. Personally speaking, that's a good milestone, right? That's a big milestone for any game. I won't say any game dev, but for every game dev in general. Okay, the only difference is not all games are created for mobile consumption, but in my opinion, uh, the game is simple enough and it should support mobile in general. In fact, I dare say, if you can have a game that supports both PC, not say PC, both desktop and mobile, PC, Mac, and then of course Android, iOS, that's the best type of support that you can push out. And of course, consoles as well. The only difference is not all games have this multi-platform um, attraction, and that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. Game dev. We're going to talk about game dev. I've been going through a lot of game dev as well, videos and whatnot, and then we're going to talk about what makes a game, right? So we're gonna break down a few small little things. So we're gonna start off with, so last week we have Slow Night, combat, yeah, mostly talking about my game. So starting today, if we have a slow night, we're gonna go through the game development chit chat, right? Can be anything about game dev, and we're gonna just talk about it. So to kick things off, we did talk about audience reception, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, there is one critical thing that cannot be, that really makes, I won't say makes a game, but this is the most critical thing, that what makes a person make a game. Yup. In my opinion, that's the most important thing, because there are so many games out there. Why do you choose to make this game or that game? It all boils down to number one. Uh, First and foremost, it has to be a game that the person, the developer, enjoys making. If not, it's it's not gonna be a good game regardless. I'll put it this way, right? It has to be a game that the developer uh and okay, see, the thing is, now we cannot say developer too much, because there are few developers out there that are, I wouldn't say make it because it's a game that they want to play, but just make it because so happen it's a game that will make money, and that's what we want to talk a bit. But first, before we go there, so Brawlers is a simple card game, so I'm going to use Brawlers. We're going to kick things off with that. And with a card game style that relies on PvP, okay, and the game mechanic is simple enough. It's literally a pick up and go game. It should be a pick up and go game. However, there are a few lists that I found out later on. It's like, okay, it shares the same problem as a typical player versus player game, because if what happened if there's no player, blah blah blah. Right. But first and foremost, because it's supposed to be a pickup game, and I would say most pickup game have to be on mobile. right? One of the biggest fun fact, one of the biggest reason why I went into game, not say went into game dev, that I want to attempt to make a game. The the target platform is actually for mobile. Guess what? I'm targeting mobile. So of course there are lots of mobile games out there. So the fun bit is, again, if you look like 10 years ago, mobile games are just simple. Okay. Now it's more complicated and stuff. And yeah, I am slow. I would say I am slow. But Web3 also opens my eye up on games that I want to make, and then of course there are some game quality that I felt like I probably will fall into that pit. So with that being said, I need to execute first before I can say anything. Get some skill in the game. That's how it is, and the rest is history, right? So of course, for my list is number one. I want to challenge myself. Like, okay, if any random Web3 developer can just push out a random project out there and make money, I want in. I want to do it. Of course, at the same time, I do found out a lot of projects out there. A lot of Web3 games, they just fail, right? Outright fail. One of the biggest reason is not enough player, and that's where I open up a series of talking about stuff like know your audience, what the player wants, what now we already talk what the consumer wants, but those things are useless if the developer do not know what they want. So it all starts off with the developer. What do they want to do? Oof. And there we go. So for me, I want to actually make every possible game type out there, but a bit more simpler, a bit more simpler. So one of the things is I will try to attempt. Once I get this game to an MVP stage, we're gonna put a lot of mini games, and most of the mini games are from the Web3 projects that I have played and it failed outright. Or if not failed, they close. They just die. Unfortunately, these are the natural lifespan of a game, and I'm gonna save this. Okay, if you want to put no, yeah, I'm gonna save that because I need to build up a little bit of information over there, and most of these are coming from experience and what I like and don't like. Okay, so at the same time, I need to put a disclaimer. Most of these things are basically what I like and I don't like. Games that I like to play, games that I enjoy playing, and to put it this way, games that I enjoy playing does not mean it's a game that a lot of people will enjoy. Surprisingly, some of those games are, in general, people enjoy. Card game is a niche thing. Okay, let's start off with card game is a niche thing. Not many people like to play card games. Believe it or not. In fact, people who collect Pokemon cards don't even usually play Pokemon card game. They just collect. And that actually put a few things on my... I mean, it gets me going, gets me thinking, going, and a lot of things. So, whew. So that's that. All right, so let's start off with the most important question. So now we want to go to the developer side. All right, the developer has to know, okay, before we say has to know what they want, the developer has to enjoy the game. For me, very important thing is that if a developer, all right, does not enjoy the game that they want to make, it's going to be a tough, and rough battle. It's going to be an uphill battle for most cases, because when you enjoy certain games, you tend to want to do certain things more, and then things that you used to play, and then let's say for example, if you enjoy shooter games, there is a small little list, like it is a must have, like you know when it's off. Okay, so that's the key thing. It's very important, and you can't not say you can't figure it out, You will not know if you don't play the game. Straight up. You can copy, sure, you can say, oh, lots of people like to do this, like to do that, but if they don't play, they will you will not know like what actually makes it tick. But at the same time, fun fact, just because you play a certain game does not mean you know the understanding of a game. But then again, that's only like 10%, right? 90% is when you enjoy playing a game, you know what you want. And the 10% is like mostly it's like, oh, I did not think about that. Oh, somebody thought about that. And that's why a lot of games, after the initial boom per se, it becomes what do you call this? It becomes a genre, a trend. Like for example, let's take a card game. All right, straight up simple card game. Since we're going to talk a little bit about brawlers, and I'm going to use brawlers as a main focus point. So card game is very simple. Okay, so it start off with a typical deck, right? Whatever cards I get from my hand versus whatever cards you get on your hand. And like for example, the highest number that you draw in the deck wins. Now, of course, this is very RNG based, so we definitely need a choice. So the choice is I can redraw my card, right? I can discard and draw a new card, and hopefully that card will be stronger against my opponent. And there we go, first iteration. Then the next iteration would be as simple as, all right, instead of drawing one card, now we draw two cards or three cards, then up to five cards, and then we will try to make a combination, and then after that evolves to, okay, everyone gets two cards, and then the game master or whoever it is, right, will draw three cards, and then if everyone can make a high combination, will win. Simple as that. And then we go a little bit more. Okay, so I don't want to use the general deck. Now I want to build my own deck. So my deck versus your deck. So instead of like two cards, five cards, it's no more. It's like I have 30 cards versus your 30 cards. Then and then we can have the same thing, like, okay, my deck is exactly the same as your deck. Now how can I play it better? And then next time, okay, I think 30 cards is the rules I don't like. So let's put a range of 30 to 60 cards. You can have any of those cards within that range, and then you can play against each other. And then, okay, you know what, let's have color types. So we're gonna put 5 colors. Each color has its own team. And then it just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So until there's no I won't say until there's no end, until the next person figure out something cool, like, oh, you know what, since a lot of people like to play this type of cards, let's not play them. Let's make a rule whereby you only can play like one or twice, or you only can play one in the whole entire game. Or let's put a different rule, let's change up, right? So certain cards you can play, and then even though it says certain things, like, okay, you know what, we can add an extra rule if you, yeah, so combination comes in again, and then it grows and grows and grows and grows. Now, of course, there is a point where we grow until it becomes too complicated, and then nobody enjoys because it's too complicated. So then we dial it back, and it's okay, let's go back to form, let's make it more simpler, but then again we want to retain some of the key aspects, like for example Pokemon TCG. We started off with not six Pokemon. Whatever hand you get, you can put whatever Pokemon you have. There's 6 prizes. And then when it goes to TCG Pocket, and the latest one, they change. Okay, so you know what? Pokemon that you used to know, it changes, the stats change, all right, the gameplay is almost the same, the core gameplay is the same, right? My Pokemon versus your Pokemon, we take turns, and then but the game is much faster. Well, so it seems. Ended up being not that fast, but unfortunately Pokemon TCG Pocket is slightly a little bit more, I would say, slightly a little bit more RNG. It's like, okay, we want to have attacks that has more coin flips. We want to avoid one hit KO. That is one of the stuff, right? And then if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like, all right, turn 2. If my deck cannot beat you in turn 2 or 3, technically the deck is not good enough. And then some decks like turn 1, I play my combination and I win. And then of course we have that's where the collection of card comes in, and then we have power levels. I play lots of other card games as well, and it's fun. The problem is card games is still niche, and because of that, your audience are not widely reception. Yeah, it's not a general thing, which is a bit sad. But still, one thing I want to put up is because Pokemon Magic the Gathering, they have desktop app and they have mobile app, and you can play against each other. So, and because of that, it is popular for sure. The upside for Pokemon, on top of playing against each other, you get to collect cards. So there is another game, mini game mechanic over there. That's that. And the reason why mobile game is more prevalent now in general versus PC gaming, actually there is a shift, right? I will admit I'm a tried and true, I won't say OG. I grew up with PC gaming, and then I move on to console because PC is just way too expensive to maintain, right? Yeah, if I want to play the most up-to-date game, I need to keep upgrading my graphic card, which is unfortunately still is. It is the price of a console. In fact, I can get spare change if I want to buy top of the line graphic card. Even though I don't want top of the line graphic card, I just want a normal balanced PC gaming rig. It's how do I put it this way? It's just the same price as a console. I dare say, right? It is about the same price as a console. And why do I choose to buy a console? Because, all right, if let's say, you know what, that's actually a good small little segue. I used to be, not now. Now it's a little bit different. So I used to be a proponent. All right, so if you want to do gaming on a budget, console, straight up, because console is just much cheaper. Not to say this right now, but back at the days, consoles are like around, okay, I'm gonna quote in US dollars, all right, $200 to $300. Okay, $200 to $300. $200 to $300 is not a bad deal. It is actually quite accessible for the general populace. And all right, so but unfortunately now consoles are getting more expensive. But then again, graphic card is also getting more expensive. So it's interesting. And at the same time, I would say this, okay. Unfortunately, because of that, okay, it is unfortunate that the console price point is just not enticing compared to back in the days. Yeah, like I grew up with PlayStation and PlayStation 2. Those are the I won't say official console, like those are the consoles that I bought with my money, and they are expensive. Okay, I have to admit they are expensive. For me, they are expensive, but still, those are the days that it gives me the most. I won't say the most joy, but most of my gaming joy came from them. If it's not from PC, one of the biggest thing is because PC I couldn't catch up. Yeah, the moment the next few new games, like for example GTA 6 gonna drop, right? My current hardware, I could not play it smoothly for sure. However, if I own a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, I don't think I have an issue. Problem is, Xbox and PlayStation, they are about $600. That's a lot of money in my currency. Canadian. 600-700 bucks. That's a lot. That's a lot, okay? That's a lot. But still, if I were to do a direct comparison to a gaming PC that I can afford with that price point, 600-700 bucks, I would get a not so great gaming PC, like mid-rig. I need to spend at least $2,000. $2,000 to get a decent gaming rig. Alright, and of course, top of the line is about $3,000 to $4,000. I would say 4 to 5. Not even 3 to 4, 4 to 5. That's probably RTX 5080, 5090. And then people say, so you don't really need a beefy graphic card. Now, one of the key thing is, even though if it's not, if I just buy a gaming rig that costs, let's say, a little bit slightly lower end, but not too low end, that's about 1,500. I don't think I can get a good one. Yeah, I don't think I can get a good one around $1,000 unless it's heavily discounted. Yeah, 1.5 to $2,000 is about right. And I just realized something. Mobile? It's about the price tag, right? If you want to get a typical like Google Pixel, Apple iPhone, you need to shell out about $1,000 minimum. The only difference is for mobile, you almost use it. I would say mobile, you will use it every day. It has become a daily need. Whereas gaming PC in general, it's not really a daily need per se, unless you are doing graphic design and whatnot. And okay, so that's the only reason why consoles are just outright, I won't say not so good, but just outright not the best choice, because console just play games. So spending like 600-700 bucks just to play games, it's actually we're gonna talk about this. I actually have a separate topic for this on YouTube. But I'm gonna put it here just to put just for price comparison, 600-700 bucks versus like 1,000, 2,000. It is still a cheaper price point to do your gaming needs. Okay, but that being said, gaming consoles, games are getting more expensive, and we are going backwards. Okay, we are really going backwards, and I think it's a bad choice for this type of stuff. And actually, that's the reason why I want to talk about game dev in general. So a lot of game, before we go to that, okay, so in this case, wow, I just realized console. Back to console again. Yeah, it's just that consoles are getting more expensive, and for what it's supposed to do, it's just too much. It's just too much. And then and of course, not to say I still will not play on console. I will buy when I can, but most of the games I want to play is mainly PC based. If it's not PC based, it's a little bit more mobile based. For example, gacha games. Yes, there is console version, but gacha games now support all 3 platforms. In fact, they should support all 3 platforms. We still have gacha games that supports only mobile on the mobile side, and I will say those games are getting heavier to run. So at the end of the day, you have to buy a good phone to begin with, and wow. Now, this is the fun fact, right? Because phone is something that everyone uses, right? So I'm gonna close with this small little topic here, because this is important. In the whole world, at this current day of age, owning a phone is better than owning a PC. Truth to be told, the shift has changed, because back then it's like everything is expensive. Yeah, actually I just realized everything is expensive. People will go for console, right? Game Boys, handhelds, and then Nintendo, PS, Xbox, and And then the problem with Xbox is now it's you not say you need a TV and whatnot, because the mobile phone has become a, I would say, a primary device in your daily life. Actually, when did that happen? Oh my goodness. It's definitely after the iPhone era, the introduction of iPhone. What I meant, right? The early days of iPhone. Early days of iPhone is mainly for people who has money and they don't really do a lot of stuff. When did it actually became the primary source of gaming? Like why people will go to the mobile phone? What happened? What when I'm gonna do this research. I'm gonna promise you, I need to do this research. When did when did smartphone, right? Obviously, it took quite a while to get to this level, because I know for a fact. iPhone 1, 2, 3, not many people will own it, and in fact, not many apps. In fact, the games on iPhone 1, 2, 3 is just trash. Same goes with Android. The early days of Android is just trash. And then I would say iPhone 4 things, there are one or two games that started to pick up, like, okay, cool stuff. And then we still get lots of I'll call it shovelware. And that's what happened to the Web3 ecosystem. So it kind of relate. There's one too many shovelware games that just blatantly just cash grab. In fact, a lot of games as well on the mobile is just blatantly cash grab. They just put up a game and then slap with a lot of ads, and then you just forced to pay. The only difference is that the game's quality presentation has become definitely much better. Not all of them, some of them. And those are the games that probably will rake in the money. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Probably Angry Birds, Clash of Clan. That time. I think it's those time that the mobile gaming scene just boom. Yeah. Candy Crush. But those are simple games. Fun fact, okay? Fun fact, those games exist on PC way back at the day. And on console way back at the day. And nobody really play until it pops out on mobile and everyone says, oh yeah, it's a cool game. Yay. Fun fact, it's not a new invention. It's just a game that got ported into a mobile site. Wow, no, I need to do my homework. I really need to do my homework. Okay, so to close it, and I realize it's halftime already. I've been yapping about for half an hour. At the end of the day, mobile has become a primary source of a primary driving force, and it is a primary device in your daily life. And I was actually trying to remember when I was younger, what type of device do I usually carry around? The answer is not really. Even Game Boys, and I don't really carry. What do I carry? Almost nothing. Almost nothing. I just realized. Almost nothing. Now is I can't leave the house without a phone. Or rather without a smartphone. Without a phone, without a device. That's the only device I carry every day. And I'm sure you do too. Huh. Definitely. So because of that, it is no-brainer. I'm gonna close with this. It is no-brainer to have no mobile support, because mobile has become the driving force for, I wouldn't say shovelware games, but for any games out there you want to push, the mobile is a huge driving force. It is an understatement to say that we should do games only on desktop. No. Mobile is your driving factor. I'm not surprised, because I kind of knew it. In fact, I came from that side. I went from Right. So I did close, right? Mobile is, so I came from PC and then I moved down to console because it's just more accessible. And then from console, I went to mobile because I want to play games on the go. And that's the key thing. You want to people who are on the go, the only device that can carry, no, they will only play whatever things that they can play on the daily carry. I need to restructure that. People can only be entertained on what they carry. And mobile is one of those devices that everyone carries. Okay, I won't say everyone, but everyone, right? Everyone. Everyone who can carry will carry a mobile phone, like it or not. I guess, yeah, no, that's it. That's it. I have and so with that, creating a mobile game is definitely a much better solution, in a much better solution, not the solution. Okay. I have to be very, very crystal clear, right? Because as much as I like games on mobile, some mobile games are just too tedious to play on the mobile. It's just me because I enjoy gaming. But I cannot ignore the fact that most people will want to play the games on a mobile. And guess what? Uh, During the brawler heyday, everyone was asking, do we have a mobile app? Okay. And unfortunately, it is, I won't say too late, right? It is kind of too late. I have to admit, it's slightly too late. But I cannot say it's late as well. It's better to be late than never. So I would say I am proud that developer finally have a proper mobile app, both on Android and iOS. It's a huge milestone, regardless how I see it. Yep. Okay, so with that, let's begin with our game dev. So last stream we left off, let's see. Where did we left off from last stream? So that's the first part. That is one part of many game dev talks that I would talk about. Alright. Okay, new character. So it is episode 20, or is it episode 21? It is episode 21 actually. Okay, I just need to put this entry in just in case. All right. Okay, cool. On the 21st last week. Yeah. So we have our main journey, not journey, game dev. So we need to get this up and running. Yeah, so we need avatar level, dex, and then we need buff. So we have gym. So we're gonna put 3 gyms over here, just around here, just for fun. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. And we're gonna code the gym. So for every gym you can visit, you can visit all the, yeah. For every gym you can visit once. Okay, so this is gonna be combat. Okay, so we're gonna have gym. So there's gonna be like 2 gyms, or I'm gonna call them gym for now. One gym is temporary buff. So we're gonna do a little bit of buff. And then another gym is permanent buff. And that is your training, whatever training ground and whatnot. So we want to add some stats over there. Okay, and then of course we want to do is multiple gyms, so you can do one at a time. Once you do one, you have to go for an adventure because your avatar would have no mood, and then the avatar will point at you and says no. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2. So permanent buff, temporary buff. I'm gonna add one thing. So we're gonna bring up our script. I need to wait for the script to launch. Oh, and another small little mini announcement, not to say really announcement. I still cannot create my collection on Atomic Hub, which I am very upset. Okay, I'm upset right now. because this is really putting a dent on my collection thingy, and I just don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna say it straight. I just don't like it. On one end, I don't need to focus too much. Okay. On one end. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split. Change this. You know what? I want to show. Oh no, I can't. I can't do. Oh wait. Hold on. I can make this work because I don't want to. I don't want blank stuff over here. I want something to be shown. And if I do this, yes. Yep. So if I turn something off canvas. Oh, I just realized. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, push it here. Yes, that's what I want to do. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. And the next one is I need my script. Yeah, okay, cool. Yes, okay, and then turn this off. Yeah, okay. Swap and swap. All right, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Clickable items, item, yeah, item name. This is stats, so this is a stats. This would be gym. All right. Okay, this is gonna gonna put another stat over here. This is gym. This is gonna be sub type. Okay, this temporary buff. Permanent. All right, so for now, what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna make it simple, right? Temporary and permanent. So permanent temporary buff is bonus attack. And then for permanent is XP. All right, then I'll make XP as simple. Yeah. Hey there, Lou. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, Adventure is not working because I'm doing my coding right now. So yeah, nothing much. That's the downside of not having no, that's the downside. I can't run two programs at one go. I wish I could. Okay, I really wish I could. Yeah, you came in a very interesting time. Okay. Yep. No, I need to code because right now it's halftime show. Not say halftime. This is the second half of my stream, which I'm doing my game development and whatnot. Because it's a slow night, and in fact, this is one of the nights where I get no games. And fun fact, yeah, Lou used to stream Brawlers too, and this is the issue that we have for PvP games. When we get no players, it is gonna be a tough stream. And that's why most people will migrate to more active games, which we're gonna talk about on the next stream. Because we already have covered what games that no, we already covered the developer side. The developer can make any game that they want to. The only difference is, does people play the game? Technically, this is just a very introductory today's stream. Yep. Okay, so that's done. I'm gonna set. Okay, so I need to communicate this to no, we're gonna need to set up some perimeters. Okay. So before we do anything, I need to make sure the select. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. If I select somewhere else. Oh no. Okay, I can't do this. Oh my goodness. It will just do something else. I don't like it. All right. All right. So this is a gym. This is permanent. This is a gym. This is temporary. And then this is a house. Okay, cool. So if we were to play, so we're gonna start introducing some XP and some stats in the game, and then after that, we should be good to go. All right. So windmill house, and then oh no no no, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Hold on a sec. There we go. There we go. All right. So now what I really need is when we click something, it should all right, there we go. When a character walks over here. Now the only difference is when we click over here, it shows gym. You know what? Just directly, right? I want to do something like the character goes there, do an animation, then you get the buff. But for now, we just go direct. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit more description on this item. So we're gonna go for selectables. Okay, and then we're gonna do one more text over here. We're gonna call them buffs. 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 Okay. And what we need to do is we need to go to script mode. Clickable item. Okay. So when we click an item selected, it goes through this list. All right. Item, if item adventure, go on adventure. If it's house, go for house. So if it's not any of them, we just showcase the name. So this is all right. And then interactables, and then this we're gonna need to double check a few things. So what we need to do is we need to get click. All right, if we all right, so item, remember the item over here. If it's temporary buff, then we do temporary buff. All right, and then of course we need to put this into our save file so that we know that the avatar is buffed. So if so we go to single player. All right, so we make sure all of these are here. But before we do anything, avatar, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna use this as a reference. So we need to make sure it is referenced. Yes, it is referenced. All right, if, and we're gonna put a new one. Public int. This is all right. So this is just a status flag to show FS with gym. Buff. Okay, there we go. Gym buff. My sentences are horrible, so ignore. We're gonna no, not in. Ooh. Okay, so check the avatar, and then it will go through. Yeah, go through the save system. So we need to make sure avatar. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Single play system, save data instead of player mood. Alright, so we put avatar buffed. Okay, if it's not, alright, if it's not buffed, and then as you know, a small little disclaimer for those who are doing programming. This is a very, 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 very direct way of doing. Yeah, and it's also quite long-winded. But it's something that I know. Okay, we also need an indicator whether your character is buff, but that's gonna be art style for the coming weeks because I think we are almost there already. We really got a cycle. Okay, yes, buff avatar. Right, so next up, what we're going to copy next is for permanent buff. So permanent buff will gain XP and you can level up with that. So XP, what we do is, okay, we're going to do a simple math, okay? Simple math. We need to go to, yeah, go here. XP, done. Done. Okay. The only downside for XP is it's a little bit more complicated than usual. So we don't need to buff avatar. Oh, we need to. We need to add one more perimeter. XP buff. Okay, yeah, because without this we cannot do anything. It will keep on you can keep on clicking. That is what I don't want. Alright, XP buff, true. And then the next one is, alright, so the next one is a little bit tricky because now we want to introduce XP gain. And I need, I probably need to do at least a little bit of XP. Okay, no. What I want to do is first we get XP. Get XP. So we get our current XP. Yes. Yeah, alright. And then get XP plus equals to 10. Okay, so we want to have our XP chart. All right, and the XP chart is very straightforward. We're gonna build in directly, right? We're gonna just put in directly over here. Okay, we're gonna have level 1 to 5. Right? Level 1 is 10 XP to level up, and then level 2 would be 20. Level 3, we're gonna do a little bit more exponential, so 40. Oh, dang it. XP. And then level 4 is 80 XP. And last but not least, level 5, 160 XP. Alright, so we're gonna let it progress, as simple as that. And that's where we need our level in our file. So this XP chart is going to be hidden. So we're going to put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. At level 0. We're going to start at level 0, but not really level 0. But the way how the game save, because I want to start at, because the game will start at 0. Okay. So we want to do a few things. All right, and then we need to do also a few more things before we start the game. So Load game. All right. First thing first, we want to get current level. All right, avatar level. And then this is the one that's tedious. If 0 if oh, then we also need another get this leftover. Okay. If get XP is more than 10, no, equals to more than 10, level up. So get current level. Great. New level. Okay. New level equals plus. Come on. Plus. Because we are not plus current level, right? New level. And then minus 10. So we need another leftover XP equals get XP minus 10. Simple as that, all right? 10 XP. There we go, done. As far as this is concerned, done. And then once we are down here, next up we want to put back to save data. So with that, we need two things. We need avatar XP and avatar level. Avatar level equals new level. And XP equals leftover XP. There we go. Yes. XP. Unassigned local. Oh no. Don't tell me I cannot assign like this. Hey. Okay, we're not gonna do too much yet. Alright. Remember plus. Yeah. Alright, so all we need to do is we do this. Five times. I know that there is another better way to do it, but I could not. No. 1, 22. And it's 40. Exponential. Right? 10, 10, 1, 20, 20, 2, 40, 40. 240, 40, 3, 80, 80, and then last but not least 4, 160, 160. All right. So once we reach max level, leftover XP is 0. That's it. Because we're not gonna get any new levels anymore. So it was get stuck over there. And then we need to put. Okay, so why won't ready. Looks like I cannot do that. I need to expose. All right. This is Yeah, and I should use variables rather than perimeters because it just doesn't look that way. Okay, first thing first is FOXP. All right, and then new level. New level. There we go. Yep. All right. Get current level. That's it. Because current level is not gonna. Let's put back to save data. All right. Check. And then what we're gonna do is a final save. But we're not gonna save it here because if you forgot to. Oh wait. No. Yeah, we will make it simple. Okay. Avatar buffed. XP buff, true. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Of course, we need to do something else as well, but for now, we're just gonna let it cruise like this. Because when we click go for an adventure, so when we click go for an adventure, it saves here, which is, oh no, we don't need because it's save game. So save game, it will save whatever we written here. Yes, so we don't need to do a lot of back and forth. So this is nice. This is just done. How do I know? How would I know if this works? Let's game test. And with that, half an hour gone, just like that. Oh. Really, game dev is really time consuming. Just to do such a simple task. And to top it off, this is quite a simple game, okay? This is quite a simple game, but I want to record this live. The only downside is, what about all those offline, off-stream game dev? Yeah, you know what? That's the. I'll take the hit. Okay. Play the game. So unfortunately I can't show you here yet because I did not write any. Because I didn't write anything yet. So we're supposed to click here and then it will show you what is buffed. All right. So we need to write the EXP and whatnot. So our XP. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure everything is working on the back end first before we do anything else. So I'm gonna select my game save manager. So we're gonna click here. Boop. All right, avatar buffed, done. Gonna click the gym, boop, done. It says buff, but it didn't write any XP. It did not write any XP. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we're gonna go here. I'm just gonna do a quick pause because I want to check. Okay, good. The buff does work. But the XP gain is nothing. Oh, okay. Maybe that's the reason why. All right, let's go through the avatar buff. All right, so first thing first, if it's not buffed, yep, XP plus equals 10. Yes, that's the issue. That's the issue. Because we did not put over, yeah, we put leftover XP. The answer is no because of this. Okay, so we need to rework this a little bit. All right, so gain XP, XP gain, check. All right, so if level 0, check. If XP, else, we need to put one more extra thing over here, leftover XP equals, oh no. No. Too much line. I want to clean up as much as I can. leftover XP equals okay, yes, that's not this is why I'm gonna do it. Yeah, like that. Leftover XP equals get XP. Then we can remove this XP minus equals to yes, minus equals. So we skip the whole entire line here, because if not, I have to put one extra line, and I have to put to every single item, and I don't want to. So we do something like that. Equals 10. There we go. Okay, leftover XP, get XP. In fact, we don't even need oh no, yeah, we don't even need leftover XP anymore. We don't even need this. Okay, let me do a quick check, because once I get this done, then we can put like a simple indicator to say this is done, and then we can go to the combat phase. I'll just add on a few more small little things here and there, and then we are done for the stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Okay. First thing first, I'm gonna go game manager. All right, XP buff. All right, click. Boop. No. No. Hey. Okay, I don't like this, but maybe we really need that. Yeah, I was testing. But yeah, not working. Leftover XP. Okay, all right. Let's go through again. Get XP. We need to do this. All right, XP that plus, and then we go through the calculator. If it's 0 more than 10, minus, minus. Because if it's not, it will not do anything, and then at the end of the day, it's all right. So maybe because of that issue. Hopefully it's that though. Hopefully it's that. Because in my logic, it's correct, but in game logic, it's not. So, and I know I've been wrong for a lot of times. So yeah. So that's why I want to make sure everything is there. Okay, because XP buff. No. Buff, yes. Huh. That's odd. That's odd. Okay, yeah, we get XP. Really? I have to put this last? Impossible though. Okay, you know what? Just for debug, I'm gonna put this line above on all this. So we're gonna put it here. because this is direct. Like this is really, really direct. If this does not register, something is wrong somewhere. Okay, there we go. Save. Because really, really, that is wrong. Somewhere is wrong. And then if that's the case, that means we cannot fix the combat for this week, which is sad. But we kind of have the combat loop done already, because this is the last. This is the last piece of the main puzzle for this game to go MVP. You know what? I should not use the word MVP. Because it really, really, okay, not to say I don't like it, but some people will use it as a crutch. I don't want to use it as a crutch. All right. So if we click here, yes, XP buff. There we go. I got a number. Fantastic. So it works. So I know it works. All right. Directly, I know this thing works. But why? When we go through the chart, it did not work. So is it because of down here? Time to face the music. And then of course we want to on one end is the reason is I need to lock down a lot of things because we want to go through the visual polish definitely next month. So on next month is next week. Just realized. Yeah, we want to go through the polishing stage soon, so that's why we want to do a lot of this. Okay, no. So somewhere went wrong on the XP calculation side. Okay. Okay. All right, let's work this out. Just for secrecy, I'm gonna put it here. Okay. First thing first is get current level. We don't care about get current level. XP. All right, this number works. So if XP is equal, I see, because it's level up. New level. But there is one problem because I don't see the level. So we're gonna put the debug log. Okay, I'm gonna change the XP to 15. Yeah, because the reason why I don't see it is because minus 10. So it's supposed to be 0, but I don't see the level going up. All right. See? I don't like, I really don't like to be like this. So I wasted like a few time, not say time, but a few minutes just to debug a few things. Okay, we should see level. Okay, no, XP buff is correct. I don't see the avatar level, so it is still broken. It is still broken. Oh, get current level. No, that's correct. We get current level. Okay, I need to expose this guy. So that we can see it on the stats itself. Because it is, okay, cool. Don't tell me I have to write literally +1. Okay. No, 0, still 0. Still 0, why? Why? Okay, so this part is having issue right now. I really don't know why. +1? plus plus will not work. I have to literally spell it out. That's not cool, yo. That's not cool. Okay, this is not cool. Because I really, really need that. Okay, that's okay. So it is still broken, but I was luckily no. On one end, I was looking at the wrong number, but because one of them is wrong to begin with, and it's the one that I did not look. So it is still broken, but I was fixing the wrong thing. All right, so still time wasted because this would be the correct fix in my opinion if it works. Speed buff. Yes, okay. Wow, really? I need to do the +1? I can't do incremental plus plus? Yeesh. What a scripting habit. Okay, so there we go. Now, with that, we're gonna do a few things. We're gonna make sure we get our indication. So when we click our windmill, it should show a few more stuff as well. So let's go straight. No, before we go there, what I want to do is selectable image, house UI. Okay, there we go. For now, we're gonna disable this guy. We're gonna put 2 perimeters. Okay, this is temp buff, and then this is XP. No, not XP. Okay. All right, so this is how it works. All right, so if we get our temporary buff, this thing will appear. If you get our permanent buff, this thing will appear. And if you get both will appear. So that's the key thing. Then we're going to go to script stage. This is basically just a quick little indicator. There should be a better way to do this, but for now, I would just want to make sure the indicator works first. So we go to house, selected UI active, true, house okay, so we don't need you. We're gonna put buff. So this is just a temporary house UI. Right, this is just gonna be temp buff UI. Because at the, down the road, what I want to do is I want to make this a little bit more visual pleasing. Okay. Set active. All right, so instead of doing this, what we want to do is we want to copy straight away from here. So directly it gets this. I know it's long-winded, but this is the fastest way that I can do without doing too much, I wouldn't call it direct coding, but direct code. Okay, I don't know if that's the correct word though, direct coding. And then we should, not enough time. But I will attempt. Like last week, because this week I am really pressed for time. Like I really cannot find the extra hour on top of the stream. The stream is, I would say, wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. The stream is my commitment for the year, right? That will not change every Tuesday and Thursday unless there's a huge dent in the schedule, which is next month for June. On Tuesday, I will not be available, so I need to find a replacement for that. And at first I want to cancel, right, Tuesday stream, but I decided I think I could push on a Monday. just for June only. I hope it's only for June because it really will mess up my schedule. No, not say really will mess up my schedule, but it really will mess up my schedule. Because I am so used every Tuesday and Thursday, just dedicated 1 hour for the stream. And so far, I have been doing well, and I just don't want to change that. So it's either no stream. If no stream, that means I have to put extra time for game dev, and it's I'm not saying it's an excuse, but it is gonna be hard, okay? Alright, so no buff over here because I am not getting any of the status, which is bad. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I need. This is and buff. Yeah, not it is on one end because yeah, I'm gonna take it as an excuse. I have to be truthful though. It is gonna be tough. It is gonna be tough. Okay. Yeah, XP buff. Okay, let's see if this way of writing works because I okay, there we go. Because I don't want to type too much. I actually should type. I should type it a lot, right? But technically, it's supposed to work because it's a direct. Yeah, yeah, it works. But oh, stupid. Stupid. Okay. So it did work. It did work. Okay, it did work. Because I was looking at something else. Ah, there we go. All right, sweet. Now the reason why it didn't work is because of this guy. And technically, yeah, so this thing works, so technically it should work. That's the reason why I was like, why did it not work? Okay. Done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just do a little bit more, just a little bit more. Because as far as the game is concerned, it is done already. It is really done already. So when you're here, you can click any of this stuff. This stuff will interact and it will give you buff, and then you'll play a simple animation. And then when you click, yeah, there we go, 10 buff is up. Now what if I manually disable it? So if I manually disable the buff system, that means I can click and get buffed again. All right, so I'm gonna cancel it because I can get more XP if I want to. Now it's level 2, and if I click here, it will not show. And then if I click, and ta-da! So it works. At the end of the day, it works. So if I go here, now what I want to do is when we get into this stage, we want to have an extra buff. So what does it do? This is the last part of the game dev for a live game dev. So avatar manager, so we load, all right, load game, load HP, player setup. Okay, so what we want to do, why are we loading our HP here? Why do we load here? Can't we just load it inside here? The answer is because we have our setup UI over here. However, if we go to player setup, we don't really need it. So There we go. So let me load up the player script because we want to write down a few things. Okay, avatar manager. Do we have our save system over here? Save system is over here. That means we can do it as a reference. Wait, let me load. Load. Okay, so when we load single player and everything, that's where we come in. All right, special N, active special. We don't care about. We care about this because we have the single player command. All right. So with that being said, now special attack. All right. So here. All right, damage calculation. So damage calculation is get attack. So which is here, attack. Attack resource spend plus plus avatar stats plus buff. Okay, so that's three things we want to calculate. However, we only have one at the moment. So calculate no. Calculate damage. Okay, equals to get resource spent. Okay, and then we do this. So we got this. No, not int. If that's where we're gonna go to the clickable item. Avatar buff. Yes, avatar buff. So if we are buffed, up here. Okay, we cannot use avatar live game manager. We have to use a different one. So we need to use adventure manager. Oh, come on. What am I typing? There we go. And adventure manager, make sure we need a reference. Yes. Yeah, okay. The buff can be many things down the road, but this is just temporary. So if this is buff, so we're gonna put here bonus damage equals 0, bonus damage 3 2 plus bonus damage. Okay, that's it. Done. And then last but not least, but once we are done with the adventure, so enemy defeated, no, game end. So when the game ends, disable bloop, save. So before we save, we want to add a few things. All right, so what we want to do is we want to make sure XP buff is clear equals false. Okay, and then next one, because XP buff is done already, I want to change the XP buff to other things, but that is later down the road. Up buff again. Down the road we want to change. Okay, so done. And we should be good to go. Okay, so we want to do one quick little simple playthrough. And if it's done, I am happy. Today's stream is definitely a much productive stream. Okay, I won't say productive stream, but much more productive in terms of game dev. We did half an hour talky talk. Technically, I supposed to put in another half an hour because, like I said, I wanted to put 2 hours, 1 hour for stream, 1 hour for game dev. But since everything is changed, it's different. All right, click here. Okay, we should do a lot of damage with attack 1. Okay, I pause for now because I want to check how much damage. Later we want to put some indication as well, like how much damage. The damage number should pop up. It should show you how much damage. Current HP 7, max HP was 10. Yeah. Before we do anything, I just want to double check a few things. Okay. Attack 1 should -3. Boom, that's a lot of damage. All right. Attack 2, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 2 is 4. Should go KO. KO. Yes, sirree. Oh no, actually it's 3 plus 2. I forgot that. Attack 2 is cost 3. So a lot of minor visuals I need to put it into it. Game over. And then because this is a new load, everything is reset. I should not have any buff. Click buff, click buff, click buff. Done. Done. Yes. Yes, sorry. It's all done. It's all done. I have a, I won't say MVP, but this is, I have the complete game that I want to put out for the first round. So we got our buffs, we got this, we can click here, we can attack, we got this, we got our enemy and everything. And next up, what we need to do is I need to make sure one very important code, and that is mood gain. Mood gain, let's see. And every time you go to combat, it is technically 1 day. 1 day has passed. Yeah, so we want to put a few small little checks here and there. And then from there, we can just balance it out. Yeah, okay. So, player mood, there we go. Enemy defeated, player mood +10. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, so we wait for attack 3. Attack 3 is, I think it's 7. 7 plus 2, so it's 9. We're supposed to take down the enemy straight away. But let's do this. Boop. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Boop. Done. Mood went up a bit. Okay. Okay. It's complete. Next one, I need to put a menu. Okay, so this one not so, I won't say not so important, but not a priority. And with that, the game is officially, I wouldn't say officially, feature complete, stage 1, or rather what I want to make. And like I said, the game is simple enough. Okay, so that's all I have for you for today. I really need to wrap this up. Again, I don't want to take too much of your time, but because I'm doing game dev and whatnot, lots and lots of things I want to do. Lots of things we want to talk about as well. And thank you for tuning in. For those who are tuning in, and for those who will tune in later, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button for those who are watching on YouTube. And I wish you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are. Have a nice day, my friends. Stay safe. Until then, I will see you guys same time, same place, every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. PT time. But next month, we're gonna shift the schedule just a little bit. If not, there won't be a stream. But until then, I will see you guys same time, same place. Sweet. Sweet. I'm stoked. Oh my goodness, I'm happy. I'm happy.